But prior, when Jen was trying to hit you up for more money and you weren't feeling well, was that during this time?
Yeah, I kind of blew her off when I was in there and tried not to answer. I just didn't, because it was always, I'm gonna unalive, and I didn't like that. And I told her, don't tell me that anymore. You know what happened to me in the past. Just don't. So I just would, at the end, I just sent it to her just so she'd stop texting.
So now, when she, because Jen has said that she hasn't, been. She said she hasn't been live, which is accurate. I mean, she's only been on live a couple times, but so she started going into other people's lives that are not, the people that she has usually hung out with here. How did she find you guys?
I've known her for a long time when I used to do awareness and stuff. And I had talked to her sister when she came in my live one time, and
Which sister
she,
was that?
Holly,
Okay.
and then she reached out to me and asked me, why I had my her sister in there, and we just talked, and I didn't talk to her much because she was still using and everything. But then she got better, and I really knew she wasn't using because I talked to her. She volunteered that information, her boss and counselor, and I know it was not a friend faking. When I called and talked to her counselor, I had to call myself, and I heard her phone's ringing, and they had to transfer me. So she was going to a counselor, and I was proud of her for doing that because she did that on her own, and she was doing really good. And then the last month or so, couple months, it just seemed like she started just going back down where she was wanting to.
Spiraling. She was
Yeah,
spiraling again. Um,
And didn't WNC, I'm sorry, didn't she also try to use kind of like a story that she was getting evicted and stuff to try to get
I
sympathy
heard
and
a
get money,
couple
but we're not
times.
sure if that's true. Like we're not sure if
Yeah,
she actually was or whether she was just saying that to get money, right?
yeah, she was getting evicted like over a month ago, and then I never asked her, why haven't you been evicted yet? I thought you got evicted. And then she was getting evicted again recently, and I just spoke to her today, and she said she's not getting evicted, but she's got to catch up on her rent, and she's got to sell her truck because it's broken.
so now, the first time that she was getting evicted, supposedly, if you remember, was that while she was still working or was that after she lost her job?
Yeah, she was working then.
So she was saying she was getting evicted while she was working.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. And she lost her job. Did she? And you don't have to give us the reason. I don't want to. I don't want to break that confidence. But was she? Was she getting? Did she get fired
Yeah,
because of something she did?
no, not from what I understand. I can say it was an employee, he said, she said kind of thing, and they told that she didn't help him, and she was, and all they had to do was check the cameras to see that she came out of the cooler several times to see if he needed help, and he said he didn't. And the next day he said she didn't even help me last night, and she said that her hearing's bad, and so they wanted to let her go because of her hearing, and
Her
they couldn't count on
hearing.
it. Yeah, she said she needs hearing aids.
What?
What?
Yeah, that's what she
And
said.
I'm gonna go back to an OG awareness person on this, who also covered Jen a lot. T, do you ever remember her saying she had a hearing disability?
No, I remember her mentioning that she was hard of hearing in one ear. Um, I don't remember which ear it was, but she did mention she was hard of hearing, but not enough to where she needed um hearing aids.